And where have you seen maybe the biggest growth for Caden Stearns? I mean, it's not like he gets a ton of reps out there, but every time he does it, it seems like he makes a
Yeah,
good play.
well, he had a good camp for us, and he did good in preseason. But in the limited role that you're seeing, he's been opportunistic, and you can see his instincts and so forth. So he's a guy that we'll continue to use, and he keeps playing well. His role will expand.
What have you seen from Sternad in these first two starts? What's maybe impressed you, and what do you think he still needs to improve and grow in?
Yeah, well, he has great range, in the run game. He has good cover ability. He's held down the fort, and to get through your first couple games, that's the key thing when you're starting. So he'll get better and better.
When Justin and Kareem have the communication breakdown they do on that big play to Brown, do you have to spend a lot of time talking with them, or you let them work it out themselves and then kind of...
It's a little bit of both. They're so hard on themselves, and they play to such a high standard. It hurts them more than anything I would ever say. But those guys really played tough and competed in that game and tackled, and their effort was so good. We wish there was a better outcome.
Were you ever surprised, impressed by kind of how hard Kareem tackles? Justin was joking yesterday, he's only 5'2". I mean, I know he's not, but just how hard he uses his body.
Yeah. There's certain guys that can harness the power from the ground. It's really hard to do, and some guys are natural at it. He is one of those guys, but pound for pound, he's got to be up there in a few, really rare class of the explosion that he can create. Great toughness and strike ability.
What do you see from Roethlisberger on tape?
Yeah, the one thing I know, we've been dealing with this guy for a long time, and he's really good, and he can create off-schedule plays by manipulating the coverage, a lot of pump fakes. He's still a Hall of Famer. They've gone through, some transition with their offensive line and with some of their players, but he's a heck of a football player, so we're preparing us so.
Have you entertained the idea of game planning for one of the other quarterbacks on the roster, perhaps Rudolph or Haskins?
Not really. Ben's going to play against us, and we always have to know the backup quarterbacks and what they can do. So we would adjust if different guys played.
There's plenty of tape out there on the Harris kid, but do you ask Surtain anything about him just since they were together for a
Yeah,
while?
you always ask him. We always ask guys that play with guys, and there's the tape speaks for itself. But he said he's an athletic player and hard runner, and that's what you see.
They haven't run the ball a lot. I think they're last in attempts, but they use Harris in a way almost in the pass game like a run. Is that how you approach it? Or how do you approach how you defend him, because he's been such a prolific pass catcher for them?
Well, you bring up a good point. That they dump it down to him on checkdowns, but he's very dangerous there, and he has a lot of catches, and so we'll have to be ready for that. So it's just as big a problem as tackling him on a run.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.